Okay, guys, hopefully you have been able to keep up or just try and practice some of your worksheets that we have been doing in class all year. Today is day 3 of our week, our F week. F is for frog. We're learning all about frogs. F is for fun when we do our foundation card. And this is the day where we cut out the words at the top of the page and we glue them underneath the pictures. So we're trying to figure out, we're using our foundations and phonics skills, meaning we're using what we understand about how to sound out letters like f. F is for f. A sounds like a. N is in, not n. You put those letters together, f, a, n, f, an, fan, and you look for, and I see, this looks like a fan. The most important thing, one thing that I've noticed that we get kind of mixed up sometimes, is when you cut out your words, make sure you line them up on by the side of your paper, and then make sure they are turned the right way, because sometimes we get confused. If it's upside down or backwards, it won't be the same thing. Remember, your letters have to go in order for the word to make sense. They have to go in a particular order, just like the letters in our name. If they are out of order in any way, it won't spell our name and it won't make sense. So we're going to go through each of these, and we're most concerned about the starting letter, because the words in our pictures are based on the starting letter. So we don't have all F's on our sheet. We've worked on, this is a B, bat, B. This word starts with a T, top, T. This word starts with a R, rock, This word starts with a Z, zebra, Z. And so you're going to be looking, and you'll see some clues also in our pictures of what they might be. This girl gives it away because she has it on her shirt, which is silly. So cut these words out and glue them under the pictures, just like we do in class. And then this sheet has some special instructions. These are frogs, and some are sitting on the ground and some are on lily pads. And what this worksheet wants you to do, you don't have to do any writing. All you have to do is touch each frog and say its number. So you just go through and you point to the number and you say it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And you go all the way to number 20. I want you guys to point and count all the way to number 20. And then what you're going to do is you're only going to point and count to the frogs that you see on a lily pad. So this frog is number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. If you notice, these frogs, every other frog is on a lily pad. They kind of played leapfrog and they leaped over. So we started here and we leapt over this frog to this one. We hopped and we skipped to the next one. We skipped one number and went to one after it. That's called skip counting, and we skip counted by 2s. So you can continue to do this kind of idea by lining up maybe crayons or Legos or coins or marbles, and you can count all the way up to whatever number, however many you have. And then you can try by skipping over and counting as well. The last worksheet you have today is one of our story pages about Tom in the mud. And one of the suggestions that this curriculum makes is making flashcards for each of the words in the story. There aren't many words in the story, and so you can make flashcards for them. Another way to do the book to make it easier to see is by cutting out the pages and clipping it together and putting it actually in book form, and then going through the words. There's lots of sight words in this book, like the word the. Tom in the mud. And then you turn the page and you can see Tom fell in the mud. And Tom is sad. So you just work through each square of the story with your child, having them sound out the words. Some of those are going to be trickier. This word would be hard for us, helps. So as much help as you need to offer them to be able to kind of go through the practice would be great. But these are great to have around as we're starting to engage in our learning skills. These are great to use in our reading skills. So you can do that. I have uploaded a PDF of all of the stories that we have been using this year so far. So you can print all of them out. You've probably lost them at this point, which totally makes sense because it was just a flimsy worksheet, maybe in their folder or backpack. But you could print all of them out, cut them up, and put them into a book. And then you guys could be using those and working on those for your reading.